At my invitation, Her Excellency is visiting us on a 2-day visit in order to share the South African experience in terms of reconciliation and that of our own developments in Sri Lanka under the leadership of His Excellency the President Maithripala Sirisena towards the reconciliation agenda followed with development. I had extensive talks with the High Commissioner at which I exchanged some of our own experiences in the Eastern Province since the new government came into being under His Excellency President Maithripala Sirisena and the efforts made in the empowerment of the people of the Eastern Province and that of our economy in the Eastern Province. We have many similarities with that of the South African experience and the initiatives they have taken towards bringing all communities together and also having a very meaningful reconciliation effort. Some of the areas that I highlighted were in terms of the need for greater empowerment by the center of the regions in terms of their economic independence, where the resources and the benefit of that can be shared for the greater good of the people of the given provinces. I also have shared our own need to improve the health and education for the people of the Eastern Province, where we are having some of the deficits associated with the national yardsticks and that of the national averages and norms. I want to lift up the economy in the Eastern Province to a high level from the current level status of being the 9th position in the country, where the contribution is still at 6.2% to the national GDP from the province. We have to easily get on to about 10% of the GDP in the coming years, and the President has given us the support and the direction to reach those goals with greater impetus being made on the agriculture sector, fisheries and that of the SME sectors. We also have identified the need for great exchanges between the Eastern Province and also that of South African initiatives towards reconciliation, and also in terms of the teaching areas where we need English teachers particularly to bring about greater linkage in terms of the linguistic divide and that of the racial integration that we are seeking. And I take it the visit by Her Excellency will give her a first-hand impressions and also an exposure to what has currently happened in the Eastern Province, where we are now making progress in the infrastructure sector, the agricultural sector, and also in terms of promoting tourism and the investments for the region.
Yes. Now, I think that there's some encouraging recommendations that came from the steering committee. All of the input that we have made around the Constitution had, of course, been given to the steering committee, who had spent a lot of time in South Africa, in particular studying our Constitution and our Bill of Rights that guarantees socioeconomic rights to our people. And so one of the things that I think is important for Sri Lanka to consider is the way in which we were able to deal with issues of group versus individual rights in such a way that no one feels that they are left behind or that they are excluded. I think that the steering committee is trying its very best to build consensus across party lines. You have a political will in the form of the Prime Minister and the President as well. And I think that if the momentum can keep going, then I think that that we'll be able to build a sustainable and just united Sri Lanka that we've been able to achieve in South Africa. And we, I think, many people regard us as a miracle. No one thought that we'd be able to come together and sit with our former oppressors and craft a vision for ourselves. If we can do it, I cannot see why Sri Lanka cannot. And we are behind you 100%. We are here to help you. We are here to support you. And we have done that until now, and will continue to do that if we are required to do so.
These are port and one of the deepest ports in the world. Deepest. Some depths are not known so much. We don't have much. The presentation with it. He does have a
Distinguished delegates, I feel privilege and honor to make a very brief presentation on the post-conflict